Hello, friends. I'm going to give you two quotes that I've heard from caregivers. See if they sound familiar to you. Mama would just die if she knew that we let her go out looking like this. Dad has been clean shaven all his life. How could the nursing home neglect him this way? Hello, I'm Dr. Renee Harmon. I'm the author of Surfing the Waves of Alzheimer's. It's a memoir about my husband Harvey and his time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. It can be very uncomfortable to see our loved one not looking the way that they always have looked or how they liked to present themselves to the world. If your loved one has Alzheimer's disease or another form of dementia, their appearance will change, and seeing that change is so hard because we want to remember them the way they always were, and we feel like they would want to continue to look the way they have always looked. I had a patient once who was the primary caregiver to her elderly mother who was in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease. So the mother was not my patient, but the daughter would come in and would always bring her mother with her. And her mother was always dressed to the nines, makeup perfect, and hair perfectly coiffed. And I marveled at the daughter's ability to make this transformation happen every time she came to the office. I don't know if it's happened every day, but it was amazing to me. I had the same kind of feelings with Harvey. I wanted him to keep looking the way he always had, so I made sure that he had the same type of clothes, he had the same haircut, the same glasses, and that he remained clean shaven for as long as possible. It made me feel better and reminded me that he was who he always was if he looked the same. The first time that I stepped away from that was when I had to buy him a new pair of shoes. So he had lost the ability to lace his shoes, so I needed to buy him some new loafers. And I bought a nice pair of leather loafers, but I also bought a pair of dress Crocs. Never would he ever have worn Crocs of any stripe. About the same time, I also bought him a pair of elastic waist pull-on khakis. Again, never would he ever. Eventually, at the last stages, his usual attire was a t-shirt, sweatpants, and slippers. Now, I've told this story before, but it bears repeating. One Sunday, almost at the time when he was going to be admitted to memory care, Harvey just refused to change out of his pajamas or to shave. He just could not understand why it was important. But I needed to go to church. I had to go to church and be surrounded by my community. So I made the decision that we would just go. No one said a word or batted an eye, except later someone did tell me that they thought I must have been having a bad day and that they were still glad that I came to church. But what would Harvey think about that? Would he be appalled that I let him go to church in his pajamas or wear Crocs? I don't know, really. There's no way to know. But I think sometimes caregivers' feelings about this appearance is more for ourselves than for the person who is living with dementia. It just makes us feel better to see them the way they always have. It makes us feel like we are respecting them. And it also is a way of distancing ourselves from the knowledge that things are getting worse. However, I would say if it's not difficult, why not, right? However, if it is difficult, if there's a fight, or even if it's just a hassle, what's the point? The person they are, the core, the essence of themselves is not what they look like. And what about this book? I've written an entire book about Harvey's time with younger onset Alzheimer's disease. What would he think about that? And all the pictures I've posted on social media of him in all the various stages of his Alzheimer's disease. What would he say about that? It's given me pause, and it obviously still does. And in the end, I think that he would be really proud of the work I'm doing and the number of lives that I'm reaching and touching with my blogs and the book and these videos and presentations I've made. At least I hope so. Thank you. Be well and keep your balance.